Are you serious? Are you serious? Volcano Popocatepeti eruption, Mexico. And 4 U.S. airlines have temporarily suspended all flights in and out of Mexico City as a volcano has erupted 50 miles from the capital, spewing ash. 3 to 8 flights of American Airlines, U.S. Airways, Delta Airlines, Alaska Air Group have been postponed so far and suspended as Mexico City's International Airport on high alert. Now Mexico has moved the warning level to yellow, which is second highest for the volcano. Officials say that they hold it on yellow, the second highest on the 4-color spectrum, including that there are more activity than usual, but no threat of a major eruption yet. The National Emergency Services coordinators, Luis Felipe, on Twitter. So there is some very deep concern. There's a lot of ash in the air. They have to keep an eye on this thing. Is at not at the highest risk it can be, but it's high enough. And so keep an eye on what's going on in Mexico. Keep an eye on what's going on in Egypt, as the day of rejection seems to be heating up even more than my last video I did, as there's been some violence. Let me go quickly to this breaking news as well. Thank you, Reverend Gary of Kentucky, on Mexico. Also, Egypt could become the next Syria. The Middle Eastern countries are reacting to this new government, as Egypt confronts a fragile new reality with a president ousted just after 1 year in office and only 2 years after uprising against the previous leader. The reaction in the Middle East region ranged from congratulations as went to caution. Michael Stevens, a researcher with the Royal United Services Institute for Defense and Security Studies in Qatar, says the Emirates is particular for a long period of time have been incredibly strong opposed to the Muslim Brotherhood. So for them, this is seen as a victory in Qatar and the United Arab Emirates. In Emirates. But for Qatar, on the other hand, it's seen as a defeat. They've supported the Muslim Brotherhood. And for the Obama administration, it's seen as a defeat. Excuse me, bless me. In Jesus' name. So there is some activity going on. Mercy supporters, I want to thank Nick of New York. Mercy supporters are taken to the streets on this day of rejection. Islamist allies of Egypt's ousted President Mohammed Morsi call on people to protest Friday to express outrage at his overthrow by the army and reject a planned interim government backed by the liberal opponents. Now, in the Sinai Peninsula near Israel, gunmen fired rocket-propelled grenades at army checkpoints near the border guarding the airport, rocketed a police station near the border with the Palestinian authorities and territories. 1 soldier was killed, 2 were wounded. Security source says the authorities declared a state of emergency in the Suez and South Sinai provinces. So at first they said, no, there is no state of emergency. Now it has been declared. Dozens of people are wounded in clashes in Mohammed Morsi's Nile Delta home city, raising fears of more violence, and several dozen have died in the past month. All right, so this thing is getting ugly. The day of rejection is on, but the numbers are minuscule. I mean, they're minuscule. They're minuscule. They're just a few thousand in compared to 14 million that wanted mercy gone. I'm Pastor Paul Begley. As soon as I get more updates or breaking information, I'll come right back to you. And don't miss my show today. We will be live from 12 noon to 3 p.m. Eastern at paulbegleyprophecy.com. That's www.paulbegleyprophecy.com. www.paulbegleyprophecy.com. Thank you. God bless you in Jesus' name. Give your life to Jesus Christ. We are living in very perilous times in last days.